I want to find out from you, why did you pick Godessa?
I'm fine, thank you.
No, I don't think so. How are you?
Welcome, guys, from the live eviction show. So it being a Sunday, definitely it is always a live eviction show. It is always something like somebody is going home. And this time, the person that was evicted from Big Brother's house was Cassi. Did we see it coming? Definitely no. I'm not gonna lie, I did not see it coming. So Gerard, please set up, because it felt like Gerard was the one who was going. It felt like he was ready to go, because the whole of today his mood was down. But it is what it is. He is safe. Cassi has been evicted from the Big Brother's house. That is to say, his journey in the Big Brother's house has just stopped. And guys, we shall be looking at how Ebuka decided to shake the tables in the house. I'm not gonna lie, I was excited about the questions, only that he disappointed me a little bit. I wanted Ebuka, instead of asking Kevo, I wanted Ebuka to ask the same question to Temi, because I feel like Temi would have given us, proper shoots of answers. I don't know what you guys think, but then Ebuka asked a lot of questions. Let's dive into the questions. So one of the questions was to, Barry, whereby Ebuka asked Barry, like, why did Barry pick Godessa to escort him or to accompany him in that head of house loft? And what did Barry say? Barry said, oh, he wanted to confirm, like, oh, he knows Godessa is on to Araga, but then he just wanted to confirm where they stand or where they are, because he already knows, Godessa is with Araga. At this point, I'm like, are you sure you just wanted to confirm, or you just wanted case? Because to me, when during that time, I can take you back, guys, to when Barry was the one supposed to pick the person. It felt like, other housemates were telling him, I'll give an example of Trump, telling him, pick Godessa. It looked like, yes, he wanted to see what was going to happen. But then, let me also take you back and ask you, what do you think would have happened if, or in case, Godessa accepted? Definitely, the ship of Araga and Godessa would have gone down. It would have felt like, Godessa just threw Araga under the bus. And guys, for Barry said, oh, he just wanted to confirm. And yes, he confirmed it. So now we can say that the conversations have reduced. They no longer have a lot of conversations. They no longer have, a lot. And also, I remember who Barry had talked about, he's done chasing Godessa. Now he knows where he stands. He knows Godessa is playing a game, and so he's going to play along and see, because it is what it is. They did not choose him, but they chose to be with Araga. Anyway, it is what it is. But guys, I would say when Ebuka said it was more like that, or it was more of it, or the conversations that have it, in my head I was like, I hope Araga picked a leaf, like literally, because it feels like for Araga, even though they say something, he will play like he has not had anything. And it leaves me asking questions like, Araga, is he playing a game? Because to me, it feels like Araga is playing a game. It feels like the feelings and all this kumbaya is not real. Because they have thrown a lot of leaves to him, but he's not picking the leaf. And I'm like, Araga, what exactly? What clear? I feel like Araga is choosing to ignore the red flags. I'm not gonna lie. It feels like now his strategy has turned from what he thought or what he wanted to play, and now he's playing the ship, the ship strategy. That is how it feels. Because the very many red flags that have come to, Araga for Godessa, and he has chosen to ignore all the red flags. And I'm gonna lie, if he knows, or if he's not choosing Godessa for the strategy, at least he must have picked a leaf. If he does not do anything, or if they don't have that conversation, I would just accept that Araga is using Godessa for that strategy. Because what do you mean? You're supposed to have a conversation about it. Like, why did Ebuka have to say he has seen the conversations, and the conversations are more than, all that? Anyway, guys, with Araga, I don't know whether he will pick a leaf or he is choosing to ignore all the red flags, but Ebuka decided to give him, a hint about, Barry and, Godessa. Anyway, I don't know what you guys think. Do you think Barry was being real? Because to me, I feel like, okay, yes, Barry wanted to confirm, but then in case Godessa accepted, Barry would have gone, something would have happened. But then, Godessa decided not to throw Araga under the bus. And now, Barry says or thinks, or just like he said, he knows where he stands. He's no longer having a lot of conversations, because now he clocked that Godessa is playing again. So he's now choosing his conversations wisely, or maybe trying to play it cool. Anyway, but now leaving Barry aside, let's go to Ricky. So guys, Ebuka went ahead to ask Ricky what is happening between Ricky and Shiba. What did Ricky say? Ricky says, oh, he may have his own issues. He can be a little bit, straightforward, all this, but he likes Sheba. And he went ahead to say, oh, he does not know really, but he likes Sheba, and he knows Sheba has somebody outside, but then, he's chasing. And but that is when Ebuka asked, and he went ahead to say, oh, if he wants to stop, and that is when now he said, oh, sometimes he really wants to stop, but then when he looks at Sheba, he's like, and he wants to keep, pushing, keep pursuing, or keep chasing Sheba. And what will I say about all this Ricky Kumbaya thing? This is the same Ricky that, if you remember, there was a conversation that was being held. I think it was Yusuf, Ricky, and a little bit of the other guys. And they asked Ricky what he thinks about Sheba. What did Ricky say? Ricky said, oh, he likes his babes young, and Sheba is, old. And she went ahead to say, oh, he wishes he met Sheba when she was young. And this is the same guy talking about, oh, he likes Sheba. So what could be the answer? Is Ricky trying to play the Kumbaya thing? Is he accepting that he likes Sheba just to play the game to see how? Because we've seen Ricky, like, he has been so desperate to be in a ship, like, literally. So when he comes here and he says, oh, he likes Sheba, and there is a way Sheba is really enjoying the attention, but it is what it is. It is a game. You have to enjoy it if you have the time. But then it is the same Ricky that said, oh, he likes them young. And he said, oh, he wishes he would have met Sheba when she was young. And what are we supposed to go with? Is Ricky playing a game, or is he serious about Sheba? Because to me, it is giving, Ricky has been desperate to be in a ship, so he will do anything to be in a ship. I feel like he's trying to play whereby Ricky knows if he says, oh, he likes Sheba, maybe a little bit, maybe at some point, Sheba will give the opportunity, even when Ricky said, oh, Sheba is trying to play it safe. Let's see how this week goes, because to me, I feel like, Ricky, even when Ricky says, oh, he's straightforward, or like, is he then straightforward, or sometimes that's that? Because he said he likes them young. He wished he met Sheba when she was young, and now he's talking about, oh, he likes Sheba. What do you guys think? Do you think he's playing a game? He desperately wants to be in a ship, or he really likes Sheba? I want to know what you feel, because at the same time, at some point, it feels like Sheba likes them old. I'm not going to say he likes them young, because we saw Ricky try to chase Neche, at the same time try to chase Sheba. I would say Ricky just likes them thick, like Ricky just likes them thick. That is all I can say. I think that is the correct answer. But then, and likes them a little bit old, even when he said, oh, he likes them young. We've not seen Ricky try to chase a younger person, like, literally. Anyway, it is what it is. Drop your opinions in the comment section. Let's know what Ricky really thinks about Sheba in the comment section. Anyway, going forward, let's look at Yusuf. Guys, I'm gonna lie, when Ebuka asked, this question, I felt like, now this is the point. I felt like, okay, what are they going to answer? Let's go to Ebuka's question to Bells. So Ebuka asked Bells from the conversations they've been having and all this and all that. Ebuka asked Bells, like, he wanted to clarify, has anything intimate, like, literally happened between Yusuf and Bells? Because to Ebuka, he has had, like, literally Bells has told a little bit of the others that something has gone on, like, literally Yusuf has entered her, whereby he said he used the F word, and then Yusuf has been going around denying, like, insisting that nothing intimate has happened. So Ebuka wanted to give us the right answer. I wanted to clarify something for us, like, ask them what has happened. And it was the Bells was trying to deny, talking about, oh, he did not say it, it was just a little bit, they're always joking about it, but then it has not happened. And what did Yusuf say? Yusuf came out to say, big brother, Ebuka, it has happened. And I was like, yeah! I'm not gonna lie, guys, when Yusuf said, it was his confidence for me. He was like, oh, Ebuka, it has happened. And I'm like, Yusuf. Anyway, guys, when Yusuf gave this answer, it brought a little bit of three things in my head. First of all, it felt like, okay, Yusuf knows. It felt like Yusuf was trying to dodge more questions from Ebuka. Because, when you try to deny something, Ebuka will put you in the light, will ask more questions about all this. To me, it felt like, oh, Ebuka was trying, Yusuf was trying to block the other questions from Ebuka. That is how it felt to me. Because, Ebuka will ask more questions. He will ask, because Ebuka already knows it happened. So, if you keep denying, he will definitely ask more questions to ask. He will remind you of some conversations. Like, literally, it felt like now Yusuf knows Ebuka will go further and decided, to to say it the way it is. It happened, and it happened of recent. Guys, I'm gonna lie. So when they asked him why he was insisting was that it had not happened by then, but then it just happened of recent. I'm like, Yusuf decided to accept, guys. Yusuf said, guys, Yusuf did not want to waste time, and that is the way Yusuf decided to block questions from Ebuka. I'm gonna say whether it has happened or not, like literally it does not, like, yes, it happened because we've seen them multiple times, but Yusuf understood what Ebuka would do next, so he knew Ebuka would now turn to him and ask, and Ebuka would bring the evidence. That is why, he decided to block by saying yes, it has happened, and of recent. Another thing, what came into my mind, like when he said yes, guys, at some point it felt like Yusuf was, marking his territories, like confirming to these guys, oh, it has happened. She's mine. Like, I've had something with her, so nobody will try to, have anything with Bells. It is the confidence in Yusuf, guys. Like, the way he said it, like, the way it came out. At some point, it felt like he was marking his territories with, Bells, trying to tell these people, we've had something more than you think, so nobody should make their moves, like, literally. And, guys, I'm gonna give it to Yusuf, I'm not gonna lie. And it was the way Bells was trying to say, Yusuf, yeah, and I'm like, Guy has already said it, let it go, he has already confirmed it, and with the viewers also, so, like literally we've seen it happen, though it is not only with them, it is with multiple people. Ebuka would have asked all of them, because we've seen them do that, you know what I mean. Anyway, let's now, choose, like, which other housemate, guys? Let's first talk about Cassi's eviction, like literally. We saw Cassi yesterday talk about in case or if it goes, he'll leave his money, like that BBNaija box money, to his people he thinks are his guys. That is Tram, Nomi, and others, like literally. It felt like this guy knew. I feel like sometimes there are instincts that tell you like, oh, you're about to go. I'm not gonna lie. Because what do you mean he said, oh, he'll leave his money to the other housemates? The way he enjoyed his party, guys, I've not seen Cassi enjoy the Saturday link-up party like the previous party. He really did enjoy, and the way he was behaving, like, guys, it felt like he was saying goodbye to the housemates. I'm not gonna lie, it was not a shock to me with the way he was behaving, but we saw people crying. I saw Bluetopia crying. This is something I did not expect, but it seems maybe they were close, maybe for the food or something. What do you think? Do you think Bluetopia, oh guys, do you ever think Bluetopia was friends with or had any connection with Cassi? Even I think the only connection I've ever had of is when Bluetopia thought sometimes he confuses who Jimson Chuka for Cassi. I don't know. Did you guys think, was there any deeper connection or conversation between Cassi, and Bluetopia? And we also saw Nomi crying, guys. I don't know, but I would say Nomi is only left with Sultex in that house now. It is funny how Nomi is so strong in that house in a way that she has, she has paid for these weeks even, or after all what she does, she's still strong. And she was crying because she did not see this coming, because a few moments later they were pissed at each other even when they had a conversation before the show, but she did not see it coming. And it was a little bit sad, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit too much, but it is what it is. So now let's now talk about Kevo. Ebuka, when Ebuka asked Kevo, I was like, okay, Ebuka, I'm disappointed in you, because these are the questions I wanted Ebuka to ask, Temi and Kim, like literally, because I feel like we would have gotten proper answers, because she was the one doing too much this week. Like, I wanted Ebuka. I don't know why Ebuka decided to choose Kevo, because me, I wanted to listen to Temi's explanation. I wanted to see if she would say the same things she says in the diary room here where everybody is, like literally. Anyway, Ebuka asked Kevo, like, oh, he has seen him like go through a lot, like crashing, like literally this week. Like, what is going on? Is he okay? Because he has seen him crashing, he has seen him like do a lot, like literally, like breaking literally. Is he okay and all that? And now it was the way first Kevo wanted to beat around the bush with his combine of, oh, he's okay, this and Ebuka said, are you sure you are okay? Definitely when Ebuka says, are you sure you're okay, you know what he means. So now Kevo went ahead to say, oh, when Temi came to him and to talk about, oh, he kissed Trump, like he was disappointed in her. And then Ebuka asked them, did you ever go far, or did his thing and Temi ever go far for him to be disappointed literally? And he says, oh, for him, he was trying to settle in with, Temi, and they were trying to get to know each other, and that is now during the settlement time when he decided to go and, kiss Trump. And it was the way Ebuka still went ahead. Ebuka, just to get the answers out of you. Because for him, he says, okay, they did not go too much, but then they were getting to know each other. So he was disappointed on Temi kissing, our whole Trump. And this is when I asked him why, about the question of when it was his time, why didn't he have fun? And Kevo said, for him, he likes it like he's not like that. Okay, he doesn't move like that. He wants to get to know the person, closer, or get to know the person first before he can feel comfortable with this person, or before he can be in intimate positions with this person. Whereby he went ahead to say, oh, for him, he feels like cuddling a person is also an intimate position, and he cannot do that because when he does it, they'll share the energy, and maybe sometimes the energy can spoil yours and all this and all that. And so Kaiva says he never wanted to share the energy before he gets to know Temi. Okay, so for him he feels like, okay, some energies may come together, some energies may spoil the energies and all this and all that. Okay, well and good. And that is why he was crashing. That is the way that is his reason of what was going on here. That is why he was disappointed about the case and all this and all that and all that. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. He went through the whole week like it was weird. Guy wasn't smiling. Even when he was trying to cover with a fake smile, we all saw it like he was crushing. We saw him like on the party, the way he got drunk and everything, like literally. We saw the way he was breaking, like literally. It all feels like he was going through a heartbreak. But anyway, it is what it is. They have started speaking. I think the punishment they've given to Temi is done. The punishment has expired. We do not know. But then we hope, it is what it is. But anyway, he would have just told Ebuka that, he was hurt, like literally, because disappointment is not a way of explaining this. When you're disappointed, you'll be disappointed for a few times and you'll go on. But then looking at the whole Kaivo's week, it was not a disappointment. It was literally, he was hurt, like literally. That is how it felt like the whole week. Anyway, it is what it is. I don't know what you guys think about this Temi and Kaivo thing. Do you think Kaivo would have given another answer apart from that? And if you think so, let me know in the comment section, because we need to know what best answers do you think these housemates would have given to Ebuka apart from, the kumbaya, trying to beat around the bush answers they gave, to Ebuka. Anyway, leaving that aside, let's now talk about the most influential person of the week. The most influential person of the week is Abby. Did I see it coming? A little bit, because Abby, being the head of house, definitely you gather these people, try to be in charge. Her winning also most of the tasks this week, and also maybe the way she cooks for the housemates. I feel like that is why she was voted the most influential person of the week. And here she gets the immunity, and so still gets to roll that bet power thing to be able to win something. And that is to say, she's safe for this week. She's not up for eviction. And guys, let's now also talk about how Ebuka, not Ebuka, Big Brother asked her about the people she replaced, or the people she put up for eviction, who is Araga and Yusuf. Well, they were shocked because they did not see it coming. I'm gonna lie, it felt like Araga was disappointed because he felt like Abby at some point, or in the first week, Abby was, his friend. So putting him up for eviction was kind of a disappointment. And we saw them having conversations about their friendship and all this and all that. I don't know what you guys think. Do you think they saw it coming, or it was a disappointment? Anyway, I don't know what you guys think about all this and all that. And again, I like the way how Ebuka addressed these housemates about this choice of, our voluntary exit. We are tired. These people know why they came in here. They also know there are a lot of people who want to be in that house. We are tired of this part of voluntary exit. At this point, I wanted to ask, like, I thought Big Brother puts them to test, or when auditions, they also do a little bit of the auditions on their mental health, like literally, like on their emotions, like why are these people playing with this part of, if anything happens, or if somebody is pissed at the other, they'll ask for voluntary exit. Come on, why are you on the show? We are already trying, the show is boring, like we are trying to admit, we are trying to concentrate to see how we can, go through with the most boring, show. And these people choose to now, ask voluntary exit all the time. Like, what are they even doing? Like, literally, Trump, what is it? Anyway, it is what it is. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know your opinions in the comment section about all the questions that Ebuka asked. And guys, do you think Cassi was the one going home or someone else? Let's know in the comment section. Jot down that names person who you thought was going this week. Anyway, let's meet in the comment section. I love you so much. Thanks for watching. Meet you in my next video. Bye.